Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome back to the universe of Elite Dangerous for episode 3 of Let's Play Elite Dangerous. You might be wondering why I'm back at Soto Station. It's because I had a find to take care of. It turns out I had accepted a mission for another system to deliver some gold, and I forgot about that and it expired, so yeah. Right now I'm using the Elite Dangerous database so I can figure out a place to get myself an Asp Explorer. I tried Sirius at first, but then I realized you needed to have a permit for Sirius, which, yeah, I then go ahead and try it a few more times, only to realize that I don't have the requirements filled. But a quick check on the Elite Dangerous database, and there's a system nearby with, I think it was, we'll see here in a minute. But we're going to be going to Davis Station today, because Davis Station just so happens to have an Asp Explorer. And if you can't go to Sirius, then you can just go to Davis Station to get one. Yeah, you see there, right in the parentheses, requires system permit. Probably want to figure out how to get myself one of those permits. Probably have to rank up with a certain faction before I can acquire that permit. Just taking a swig of my water. Yeah, I'll have to look on the forums to see how you access Sirius. Or you guys could feel free to tell me in the comments, either which. I'm not a picky guy. Now, my main goal right now is to get myself an Asp Explorer so that I can get to the Pleiades sector. Yeah, I always have trouble pronouncing Pleiades. But yeah. The system that we're going to go to today is Duamta. 19 jumps, so we're in for the long haul.
This station operates under a document.
Let's begin, shall we?
Ensure your authorization before attempting.
I'm actually not going to cut this out, but you'll see why here in a minute.
Ship restraints retracted. Follow the brains on your way
I
out.
actually want to go over like ship stats and stuff like that, so you guys have the stats for ships and know what builds effectively suit your needs. Like, when you first start out, you really don't need to replace a Sidewinder with a better ship if you know how to outfit it correctly. So once we get going here, I'll talk about the different starting ships, well, the different early ships that one might acquire. But that planet was beautiful, by the way. I don't know really where I'm gonna go after I get myself an Asp Explorer. I could go to Colonia, but my interest is mainly on the Thargoids. I mean, Frontier have only like just added in the Thargoids. Well, the real interaction with Thargoids. I'd say 1 or 2 months ago. Yeah, 1 or 2 months. Previously, you would just get randomly stopped out in the Pleiades sector and interdicted and searched for escape pods by the Thargoids, but that's about it. They would stop you, take your escape pods if you had any. If not, then they would just scan you and then go on their merry way. So yeah, that's where my interest mainly lies. I'll do combat and stuff like that to make money, but I want to really explore this universe that Frontier have created. Nice red hot star there. So, now that we've gotten, well, now that we've started to go to Dwamta, I might as well start going over ship stats and stuff like that, because we've got nothing better to do, am I right? Okay, see you in a second while I get everything set up. Alright guys, the first ship that I want to talk about today is the Sidewinder. Now, with the Sidewinder, it's the ship that you start with at the very beginning of the game, so it's not going to be anything too fancy, but don't let that fool you. The Sidewinder itself is a very, very dependable ship. Let's start with its costs. Its cost is 32,000 credits, so not really bank-breaking at all. The insurance at base with nothing on it is only 1,600 credits, so again, nothing too expensive. Its top speed is 220 millisecond? No. I don't know what those measurements are. But its boost speed is 321 units. Let's just call it units. It's a pretty dependable ship in terms of speed, since it's fairly small. This is basically a jack-of-all-trades ship. You can have it fitted to suit any needs that you want. Like, say you want a combat ship, you can easily outfit it to serve those purposes. You need it for trading, sure, it'll do that for you. Even though it can't do like wide-scale trading, it'll at least accommodate you to the point where it can do small amounts of trading so that you can get that initial income to get yourself a better ship down the line. Like, you don't need to replace the Sidewinder immediately like I did. I guess the next part of this would be the maneuverability. Now, since it's a small ship, it'll have a better turn rate, which means in combat it'll be more maneuverable than, say, like a hauler or ships meant for cargo, obviously. Now, with the shields, you can, they're not like high quality shields, but they'll just get the job done, is what I'm trying to spit out here. I know I'm kind of tripping over my words, but the shields will get the job done for basic combat. Like, they won't handle huge skirmishes, but they'll handle one-on-one fights easily enough. Now, armor, it's the same for what I mentioned with shields. It's good enough for one-on-one fights, but not enough for tanking 2 or 3 ships at one time, especially if you're dealing with PvP players. Now, with the hull mass, that might constrict you in terms of outfitting it with choices, but I'm sure you could evenly spread the weight out to make it so that you're using as much weight as possible without going overboard. Now, with the cargo capacity, as I said earlier, the Sidewinder isn't meant for like big hauling operations. It's just meant for small things, not huge cargo operations. But it will make you enough money to the point where you'll be happy with it. Now for the limiting capabilities of this particular ship, you might have issues with getting from system to system because of its limited jump range, but I'm sure you'll be able to at least fit a decent enough frameshift drive on it so that you can get to where you need to go with ease. But do keep in mind that this isn't the ship that will take you from like one end of the galaxy to the other. It just takes you where you need to go most of the time so that you can get your missions done and make your money to then move on to another ship. But people just underestimate the Sidewinder and its really fantastic capabilities. Like I said before, if you wanted it for combat, it can do that. If you want it for simple trading, it can do that. Exploring? I don't really know with exploring, because the limited jump range on the thing combined with the weight limits on it really hinders it from exploring too much. But other than that, it's a really great ship to just get your feet wet with Elite Dangerous, and I really recommend sticking with it as long as possible. Don't do like I did and immediately replace it with a hauler. Yeah, I really do like the Sidewinder because of how easy it is to maneuver, how affordable it is, and how much cargo space it can hold to start off with. So yeah, that's basically it with the Sidewinder, and hope you enjoyed this little summary of what the Sidewinder can do. Sorry if I missed any points, but I'll link you to the wiki page for the Sidewinder in full detail in the description if you want to do more research on the Sidewinder itself. Yeah, that's about it for this little summary as we approach the Zamka platform to refuel our ship. Just to let you know, I cut away here a little bit because they denied me docking access again because the station was full. Oh well, what can you do? Editing might not be the most graceful, but I'm still getting used to the whole editing thing. Although I'm getting a lot better with it. Yeah, this was just a quick refueling stop before we go to Dwamta. Dwamta is going to be our base of operations for now, I guess. We'll be operating at Davis Station for a little bit until I get enough money for the ASP. And perhaps a combat ship. Yeah, I'll be saving those bio sections for long trips in space, because what else are you going to put there besides editing it out? Yeah, Elite Dangerous probably isn't the game for you if you don't like long sections of space travel. I mean, the sights are absolutely marvelous to look at, but like I said, it's very much a space trucking game. Oh, and by the way, my ship likes to overheat a lot. There's probably components that you can get to make it so that your ship doesn't overheat as often, but I think I'd rather save those component slots for something a little bit more beneficial. I should really start exploring these unidentified signal sources a little bit more to make things a little bit more interesting while I'm traveling from place to place. But it can get kind of risky since pirates can ambush you at any given time during your voyage. I'm not much of a risk taker, which can make things a little boring, I guess. I got too close to the sun's gravitational pull right there. That was my bad. And now we're just waiting for the frameshift drive to cool down. Actually, I'm probably gonna cut a little bit here. Be right back. Alright guys, I decided to just cut until we're close to Dwamta, because nothing really eventful happened in those series of jumps, so I figured I'd just save you the time. So now that we're finally coming upon Dwamta, I thought I'd mention that I finally figured out how to access the top left menu. It's up on the D-pad and square at the same time. Yeah, it bugged me for a while, but I finally figured it out. My bad, it wasn't Davis Station, it was Davis Terminal. And apparently, that isn't the only station here in the system. There's also... I didn't catch the name, it was like Polly or something. Now that we're finally arriving at Davis Terminal, we can start to at least work towards an Asp Explorer. Probably won't get it for another couple of episodes. But I believe I have at least 4 million credits, so I'm about 2 million off, but you always want some insurance money. So that way if anything happens to your ship while you're exploring space, you're covered for it. Haven't ran into any players yet. Probably almost always gonna find someone in conflict zones. Yeah, you're more likely to find players in conflict zones since that's where the PvP is. That's a gorgeous planet, by the way. I'll have that as the video thumbnail. Yeah, I really do think that the main part of Elite Dangerous is just exploring this vast universe that Frontier have painstakingly crafted for you. And all of this ship stuff is based off of real-world science. Even the frameshift drive stuff is based off of a theory. It's, I think it's an unproven theory, but still it's a theory grounded in real-world science, which I really like about this game. sometimes you gotta really wonder the massive scale of these space stations. Wonder where they keep the capital ships when they need to refuel. Like, do they have their own unique stations for that, or... Because they can't use, like, these stations. These stations are just probably way too small for them. Or maybe they have to, like, dock at a planet to refuel? I don't know. That's something that I would like to, see in a future update. Have capital ships just warp into a massive station and then you get to watch them dock. It'd make the universe feel just a little bit more lively. And here we are at Davis Terminal.
Landing complete. Thrusters
20th of November, 3303. Just repair the hull, and here's our next goal, ladies and gentlemen. Behold, the mighty Asp Explorer, which is 6.6 million credits. Not bad. Not bad at all. Gonna have to work a lot for this bad boy. So yeah, our goal for the next few episodes will be purchasing said Asp Explorer. I will see you next episode, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I seriously hope that I didn't forget to do that mission, or I'll be kicking myself in the foot. Yeah, I better get to that, actually. I will see you guys next time.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.